Welcome to the space. This is Him and Her Tarot, where I am sharing messages of love, intimacy, life, and well being for the divine masculine and feminine collectives. These videos are intended for mature audiences only, so use them for confirmation and not speculation. So if it doesn't fit, baby, you know it ain't gonna ship. If you need anything else from me, it'll be linked in the description box below. If you feel triggered by anything, please take it back to God, your higher self, your spirit team, and get clarity for peace as you pace. And on that note, this is Empress checking on in. Bow. So here we are, back at this card. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see it. I have it covered up so that, we don't get flagged and things like that. But trigger warning, okay? I thought we were done with this energy. I literally did a reading on this not too long ago. Thought I had taken the card out of the deck. And then today I find the card is still there. And it was flipped over. The only card that was flipped over, okay, out of my deck. So I felt like it was a call to continue on from the previous reading that I did on this situation or this procedure, okay? If you cannot see the card, it is ABORTION, okay? If you are not a person who resonates with that energy, this is not a space of judgment. This is not a space of coming to, with all that nasty energy, that negative energy. We don't do that over here, okay? This is a space of healing. This is a space of empowerment. And this is a space of working through, growing through together, all right? So what I'm going to do today, I don't have any specific notes on it. I just asked to, be guided on what you want, what I needed to say, what you all need from me to wrap up this energy. So I was led to two different decks. The first one was my Affirmations Tarot. I used this before on the channel, and this is like my self-care deck. With it does come like the traditional tarot. You see we have the moon card here, but the guidance is more so for self-help and just kind of using wisdom to guide you through whatever it is that you might be struggling with. And then the next deck I'm going to be using is my Queen of the Moon Oracle. This was my very first tarot deck, my very first card deck, Oracle deck. And this one is specifically designed to coincide with lunar cycles and seasons and the energies. So if you're somebody who likes to follow the lunar cycles and make use of the energy available during those times, this would be very, very good for you. Also, even if you're not one of those types of people, it could still be helpful for you to start getting into that, because there are some, and it's so funny that the moon card was on top. I think I'm going to keep that. I think I'm going to keep that. But there's so much powerful energy that comes with the lunar cycles if you can tap into it. So that might be something that somebody could make use of. We're going to start with our affirmations deck, and I will use the guidebook to clarify things and, give you the full breakdown of the card's meaning. Excuse me. We also have the King of Wands. The number 18 or 9 may be significant to someone. Let's see what else. Ooh. Card's on something else. Hold on. Somebody trying not to speak. Okay, we got the Star card. And then, let me see. One more. I'm going to get one more. I think this card wants to come out. The Eight of Swords. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. And I'm going to get into the Oh, I opened it right up on the moon card. So again, we have that 817. When you add it up, it makes the number 8. So there's that 8 energy, and again we have 8 and 9, and then we have 8 of swords. So 8 may be a very, very significant number for somebody in the room today. So the moon glows because it's reflecting the light of the sun in that way. It's a symbol of our shadow sides and less illuminated unconscious. This celestial messenger often means something in your life isn't quite what it seems, and it's your job to put it under the microscope of truth. The moon is a warning against the projection of illusions, both good and bad. Things might not be as good as they seem, but they may not be as bad either. Tap into your intuition and let yourself move through any confusion as gently as possible. Eventually, the sun will rise, awareness will dawn, and you can look back with fondness on your journey you took through the murky depths of your anxiety-ridden underbelly. So, it's asking you to take a deep breath and ground yourself in the present, okay? I feel as though, because we already touched on this topic one time before, this feels more like a closing out of the energy, okay? This feels more like someone who may still be trying to hold on to that energy of beating themselves up over this situation. I don't know the details of the situation. I don't know any of that, okay? All I know is that the energy is out and it needs to be addressed. And so this moon card, and it's so amazing that I was led to my Queen of the Moon Oracle for this. This moon card is asking you, I don't know what the next lunar cycle is that's coming up, but I implore you to use that energy to your advantage and get the rest of this shadow shaken off, okay? Let's go to the star card, I think. Yes, like the OG version of Blessed, this card unleashes a meteor shower of celestial gifts and restores your glowing faith in the universe. Shake hands with magic and let it mainline some prescription grade warm and fuzzies straight into your crown chakra. You'll remember what a radiant star you are and won't stand for anyone trying to dim that light. Now go ahead and find your card keys so you can head out and shine bright. Your affirmation is, I open my heart and enjoy this magical time of hope, inspiration, and renewal. Okay? This is where you're trying to be. This is where we're trying to get in. This is the energy that you need to be in. Because whatever is going on from here, whether it be you that's sabotaging or someone else trying to sabotage your character, your decision making, whatever the reason may have been behind this, this is the card, this is the energy that you want to be in. That energy of just, first of all, allowing it to move through you. Let it finish moving through you. Don't try to repress it. Don't try to deny it. If you are still struggling with this, let it move through you. Feel it so you can heal it. And you can get into this star energy and get back to being your radiant self. I don't know if maybe you're dealing with depression behind it, anxiety, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, it happened, okay? And the best thing that we can do for ourselves is to heal, feel, and move on. I know it sounds easier said than done, which is another reason why we're going to get into the Queen of the Moon Oracle. But it's not impossible, okay? Let's look at this Eight of Swords. Feel like you're trapped in a hall of mirrors. Overwhelmed, confused, paralyzed with indecision, and a loop of overlapping inner monologues. It might feel like you're stuck in the mud and have no options, but that isn't the case. There are escape routes. You just might have to change your point of view in order to see them. Or perhaps more accurately, you might have to buck up and accept them. Accepting it happened. Okay? I don't know if maybe this was your first time. I know how emotionally and mentally overwhelming it can be on top of the physical aspects of it. It can feel like you're surrounded by a hall of mirrors and every reflection looking back at you is pointing a finger at you. It's blaming you. It's shaming you. But I promise that there are escape routes. You might not like it, Moon. You might not like it. It might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, but I'm telling you, if you want to get in this star energy, that's the only way out. The only way out is through. And I ain't telling you nothing that I don't know. So you can bet that I will never tell you anything that I don't know or haven't myself experienced. I know how challenging that energy can be. Let's get into the King of Wands before we move on to our Queen of the Oracle deck. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because I already covered this in my previous video. So if you scroll back through my videos, why can't I find the King of Wands? If you scroll back through my videos, it wasn't that long ago. You should be able to find it. Okay, y'all. I'm not seeing the King of Wands in here. Give me a second, y'all. Shout out to the subscribers, though. I love you guys. Like, I just was telling my 8-year-old, I was like, girl, I got 26 subscribers up here. What you talking about? Speaking of. Okay, King of Wands. A master of the element of fire, this visionary leader is adept not only at bringing ideas into reality, but doing it in a way that benefits the collective, not just himself. What a guy. Use his roadmap and zoom ahead with a gas tank full of gusto, knowing you can solve your problems and make your life even better and brighter than before. Come on, Star. Come on, Star. But don't just believe the infomercial. See for yourself. Say yes to new opportunities, no to self-doubt, and hello to the reins of destiny. Then remember that setbacks are temporary and keep steering your circumstances in the direction of your choosing. Your affirmation is, I take control of my world and passionately drive towards a better future. Okay? Whatever energy you might still be in, it's not just affecting you. It's affecting everyone because of how you are carrying the energy. And so coming up out of that, coming up out of that energy is going to not only benefit you, it's going to benefit the collective. Listen, if you allow this energy to keep overtaking you, if you allow yourself to keep blaming and shaming or letting others blame and shame, look what came out. The self-love card. Number 6. And this is the waxing crescent. I will get into the guidebook on that. But if you keep allowing this energy to overtake you, it's going to quite literally eat you alive. It is. I'm telling you, sis, it is. You may feel like, you've been strong your whole life. You can hold it down. And I'm not saying that you can't or that you aren't. But it's okay to be honest about how you feel and what you're dealing with. And it's okay to be vulnerable about what you're dealing with. And it's absolutely okay if you can't handle it. You don't have to always be the strong one. Okay, we have resilience. The number 21 or 3 may be significant for you. And then we have gratitude. And the resilience card was the waxing gibbous. And the gratitude card is the last quarter moon, the number 23 or 5, that transformation number. Let me see, can I get one more? And then we'll get into the guidebook before I wrap this thing on up. There we go. Release. How fitting. How very fitting that the release card came out. And there's that 9 again, falling right on top of the 18, which is 9. And that is the waxing crescent. So let's see what the guidebook has to say on these cards. We're going to start with our self-love card. And this is radical self-love is necessary. Empowerment starts from the inside out. Do not compare yourself to others. Start your change with focus and love of self. You have an affirmation here. It says, every day I bring radical self-love to body, mind, and spirit. Okay? There is nothing more powerful than the love you can have for yourself. They do have a companion stone, which is the rose quartz. So if you are into using gemstones or crystals and things like that, rose quartz is a great one for self-love. I would personally keep it near your bed or under your pillow if you can. You can even put it under your bed on the side that you sleep on. But for sure, if you are into that, invest into some rose quartz. Let's see. Even pink morganite is also another good one. We have the resilience card next. All right. Making mistakes builds resilience. I have learned my lessons from the mistakes I have made. I stand strong. I am an adult and I act with self-responsibility. Okay? And of course, the affirmation is I am strong and resilient. And it may not seem like it, feel like it right now, but vulnerability is also a strength. That is also showing resilience. That is also showing how damn strong you are and how much you love yourself, that you are willing to be vulnerable, to be naked with yourself in order to work through these challenges that are holding you up and holding you back. Let's go to the gratitude card. Be where you are and be thankful. There is always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Remember that. Write it down. There is always, always, always something to be grateful for, no matter the suffering, Eight of Swords. You can find something to be thankful for. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise and you just can't see it right now because your mind, your perspective is on the what happened and the, whatever the negativity is that may be coming with that. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. Your affirmation is, I joyfully turn my attention to what I am grateful for. And your companion stone is ocean jasper. Okay, let me go. The companion stone for the resilience card was azurite. All right, and our last card, the release. Let it go, okay? In my Elsa voice. It's time to release anything that does not serve you. Old negative habits do not engage you anymore, as the payoff is not enough. You are ready to make room for bigger, brighter, and more aligned things. Your affirmation is, I freely release what I no longer need. And your companion stone is smoky quartz. All right. So I really do hope that this gave some extra closure, extra confirmation to someone out there who is still trying to work through this energy. Maybe you might have missed my last video and this is your first time on my channel. In that case, I welcome you. But no, seriously, it's time to let it go. You are blocking your blessings in so many different ways. Like, so many different ways. You have no idea the toll that something like this takes on your confidence, okay? We're talking sacral chakra complications, Solar plexus chakra. Matter of fact, you might as well say all the lower chakras, all the way up to the crown. Maybe not too much third eye, but it depends on how deep your situation is. Especially if you're not doing any of the shadow work, you may very well be having some third eye issues. But crown, heart, for sure. Throat, for sure. Solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra, for sure. It impacts all of that. If you're not up on chakras and their purpose, I won't give a lesson here, but these are basically just energy centers throughout our bodies, like the main ones that you hear people talk about. There are more, but these are the main ones that people talk about the most. And when these energy centers are not spinning in their proper direction or at their proper speeds, if they're not in balance, then there can be some manifestations that show up in the physical because of that. All right. So on that note, if you found resonance here, for sure, drop down in the comments and let me know. My books are open for personal wellness sessions. I am a certified life coach. I am a certified peer support specialist. I do have a background in psychology. And furthermore, I'm just gifted like that. So I would definitely hop on that if I was you. Hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you want to stick around, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the next session. All right. On that note, this is Empress checking out. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.